What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another high-risk coin brusher video for you all today. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a $10 million buy-in. They gave us 80 quarters. Super expensive game today. Anyhow, wish me good luck. Hopefully we can walk out of here with a massive jackpot win. My goodness, they got this thing loaded up incredibly well today. Looks like a massive wall of quarters up front with a quarter tower and a quarter pyramid. Oh my goodness, nice. We already got that quarter pyramid to crash down. Sweet. So that right there probably gave us an extra, goodness, 100, 150 quarters. That's a nice push on the left-hand side also. And they got like a wall of $5,000 chips in there. Massive tower of gold back there on the pusher. Two enormous towers of $10,000 chips. They got some $25,000 chip walls back there also. Yeah, that's where all the big money's at. We might be able to win that later on. We'll see. We'll see how the game goes. Anyhow, that right there is the last of our quarters. Let's go see what we've won, and we'll get right back to it. You all are not going to believe this. Check this out. There was a $50 chip and a $10 chip hidden in there. Must have been hidden underneath those quarters because I didn't see it anywhere else. So anyway, this $10 chip right here, this is pretty much worth one free tower. So I'll get to cash this in, and they will let me spin a wheel. Whatever that wheel lands on, that's what type of brand new tower they'll build somewhere in the playfield. It can land on $5,000 chips, $10,000 chips, $25,000 chips, just something like that. So we'll cash that in later on. And this $50 chip right here, this right here, we get to cash this in at the end of the game. They will take anything that's fallen down the side slots and they'll put it back into the playfield. Y'all probably can't see those side slots at the moment because those quarter towers are blocking the view, but you'll see them later on. So anyhow, let's get right back to pushing. That last round was pretty successful. We got like, goodness, probably close to 300 quarters or something like that. That quarter tower's getting pretty close to the edge. Same thing for that gold tower back there. That's about ready to go also. Nice, we got it. Come on, big push. Oh my goodness, that tower of quarters that's right there on the edge. It's about to go any moment now. Keep a close eye on it. Come on, big money. Give me something. Oh yeah, jackpot, baby. Nice. That's the push we needed. Wow, we got one of them towers on the right corner to go. Oh my goodness, this is pushing incredibly well. Miraculous game so far today, that's for sure. And we're getting tons of gold bars out there in the center. All kinds of $5,000 and $10,000 chips on that left-hand side. I mean, right-hand side. Goodness, getting my sides mixed up. And I forgot to point this out, but there was 3 mystery bags in there today. That brown mystery bag, it's on that left-hand side right there. Y'all may not be able to see it. There's a red mystery bag on top of that tower and a blue one on top of that tower. Alright, so we only got a couple quarters left. Let's try them over there on that left-hand side. Really trying to get this massive tower to fall down. Oh yeah, that was a pretty good stack of $10,000 chips we just got right there. So let's collect the quarters and we'll get right back to pushing. Alrighty, AMD Coin Brusher has her turn. Let's get right back to pushing. So that previous round was a massive success. We made a tremendous amount of money. I think we made a little over $4.1 million in chips so far. And let's see, we got a whole bunch of gold, I think. And we got a boatload of quarters also. I think we got around, let's see, what was it? Close to 2,000 quarters. So we're going to be using that skill stop button, trying to stack up this left-hand side, trying to get this enormous tower of $10,000 chips to fall down. We definitely got enough quarters to do this. And plus, once we get that tower of $10,000 chips to fall on that left-hand side, it'll probably demolish that wall of quarters that's on the left. So let's keep on stacking it up. Let's try to at least get like 650, 700 quarters in there. Try to get a super nice push on that left side. Alright, one more handful and I will release that skill stop button. Alright, let's see. That was around like 600 quarters at once, something like that. Come on, big money. Oh yeah, they're starting to go. Come on. Nice, we got it. And we got that tower of $1,000 chips on the left. And we got that brown mystery bag. Holy moly. Wow, this is doing outstanding today. Oh my goodness, I was not expecting all that to fall down. Yeah, that skill stop technique is a total game changer. A bunch of y'all suggested it down in the comments like 2 weeks ago or something like that. And since then, we've just been using that skill stop button, and we're getting a lot of the towers to fall down a lot faster now, which is a very, very good thing. So there's a bunch of $10,000 chips pretty close to the edge on that left-hand side. Yeah, before I was only putting like $3 or $4 or $5 in there at a time, and that was taking a long time to get them towers on the sides to fall down. Like, for example, that $5,000 chip tower right there, that would take, goodness, probably anywhere from 3 to 8 hours to fall down, just putting like $2, $3, or $4 in at a time. But now that I've started using that skill stop button, started putting a bunch of quarters in there at once, seems like we're getting those towers on the sides a lot faster. I mean, like I said, it was anywhere from 3 to 8 hours before, and now it's only taking like 30 minutes to 3 hours to get them towers, so total game changer. Once again, thank you all so much for suggesting that technique. And if you're wondering why the towers on the sides have such a hard time falling down, it's because of those side slants. Like, pay attention to that right side or the left-hand side, either side. Watch the quarters fall down those gutters on the left and the right. See that? And if there's any weight or pressure build up on those corners, the quarters are just going to take the easiest route, or the path of least resistance, or the easiest path of travel, whatever you want to call it. And that would either be around that tower, the quarters would just push around that tower, or the quarters will fall down those gutters. So that's why it can take hours upon hours to get them towers on the sides to fall down. But I'm trying to load up this left-hand side, try to get a good base of quarters built out behind this massive tower. Seems to be moving forward pretty well at the moment. Yeah, that tower's not quite touching the corner yet, but once it starts like touching the blue shelf, like on the corner there, that's when it's going to give us a massive battle. But if we can try to get it to move straight forward without touching the corner, we should be able to get it out of there pretty easily. We only got a couple quarters left, so let's get this last handful of quarters in there. Alright, let's see. Got about 50 quarters left in the bowl. Alright, that right there was the last of them, so let's see what it does. Come on, big push, give me something. Oh my goodness, well, it looks like there's a $10,000 chip on that right side, and tower's still standing, so let's try like one more round. Well, first, let's open up that brown mystery bag that we've won, see if there's anything good and valuable in there. Be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. So here's that brown mystery bag. Let's go ahead and check it out and see if there's anything good and valuable and beneficial in there. Feels incredibly heavy, so let's see what we get. Oh my goodness, wow, check this out. So we got the $5 chip, 3 $1 chips, and 3 gold dice. That is absolutely exceptional. So if you don't know what the gold dice are for, we get to roll these at the end of the game. Whatever they land on, the gold will multiply by those numbers. And check that out, there's 2 more gold dice right there. I forgot to point those out. So we have the potential to win 5 gold dice in total today. And who knows, there might be some more hidden inside those 2 mystery bags. You never know. And if you don't know what these $1 chips are for, each one of these is worth 500 free quarters. So I get to cash in all 3 of these chips. That will give me an extra 1,500 quarters. That is absolutely remarkable right there. And the $5 chip, if you don't know what this is for, we get to cash this in. They will take all of those towers that's on the blue shelves and they'll put them into the playfield somewhere. So I'll cash this in later on, so stay tuned for that. Anyhow, let's get right back to pushing. I'm going to try one more round and try to get this tower of $5,000 chips on the left. We're starting to lose our quarters. Probably got around 1,800 of them. So that's a little bit less than we had on that previous round. And I'm going to continue stacking up this left-hand side and try to get this enormous tower of $5,000 chips. Yeah, and there's so many towers on the blue shelves today. And there's actually quite a few ways I could win all those towers. Today we got that $5 chip. So I'll get to cash that in. They will move all them towers to the playfield for free. It won't cost us anything at all. And some days they will have a red earbud in there, and that literally means the exact same thing as that $5 chip. I would get to cash it in, and they would move all them towers to the playfield for free. But if the $5 chip or red earbud was not in there, it would end up costing me 2 times the original buy-in to get them to move them towers to the playfield. So today, that would be a $20 million buy-in to get the blue shelves cleared off. And that would end up being a $30 million buy-in in total, since the original buy-in was $10 million. So, luckily we got that $5 chip. Guess you can consider that like a $20 million win pretty much. And I'll take that any day. And there's one more way I could get some of those towers off the blue shelves. I mean, it's only effective for just a couple of the towers. Okay, for example, say those $25,000 chip towers back there was hanging over that blue shelf a little bit, like hovering over top of the pusher. If I stack the quarters up really high back there like I'm doing right now, I would have a good chance of trick shotting them towers into the playfield. But there's really no point in focusing on those towers today, since we already got that $5 chip. Now, if there wasn't a $5 chip in there, or a red earbud, then it would be pretty beneficial to use that method. But there's really no point in using that method today. Don't think it'd be worth it. And the reason why I'm stacking up the quarters is to try to get this massive tower right here. See how we're getting a good base of quarters build up on that left hand side? It's exactly what we want right there. It's going to help the tower move forward. Yeah, I'd say we got around 160 quarters left, so let's get those in there. That tower's super close to the edge. And after we run out of quarters, I'm going to cash in the $10 chip and all 3 of those $1 chips. We'll get to spin that wheel, whatever it lands on. That's what type of brand new tower they'll build in the playfield. And they'll give us an extra 1,500 quarters. So that right there was the last of them. So let's go ahead and cash in those chips, and we'll get right back to pushing. Alrighty, AMD Coin Busher has returned. Let's get right back to pushing. So I cashed in that $10 chip and all 3 of those $1 chips. They gave me an extra 1,500 quarters. And we got to spin that wheel, and today it landed on $1,000 chips. As you can see, they built like one enormous tower, $1,000 chips, back there on the moving platform, and like 2 smaller towers on the left and the right corners. So hopefully we can get those to fall down without any trouble. The one back there on the moving platform, it looks like it's about to slide backwards. That would not be good. Come on, big push. Yeah, I think we should load this thing up with quarters using that skill stop button. I still think that tower back there might fall backwards, but still, this will definitely help us out. And plus, I'm still trying to get that tower of $5,000 chips on the left. So let's put a whole bunch of quarters in there at once. We got around 3,300 quarters now. I think to be exact, it was around like 3,250 quarters. Maybe a little bit less than that, I'm not sure. So, I mean, overall, it's still a boatload of quarters. Definitely enough to get the whole machine cleared out today, if we play our quarters right. So, that right there was about 550 quarters at once. Oh my goodness, yep. Well, that tower fell backwards. That one on the right side fell down also. Sweet. And even if we did lose some of those $1,000 chips to the blue shelf, whenever I cash in that $5 chip, they would move those chips along with all them towers to the playfield. So I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just going to take us a lot longer to get all those $1,000 chips out of there since it slid backwards. That's okay. Not going to stop till we have the whole entire machine cleared out today. Now that tower of $5,000 chips on the left, that is super close. Oh my goodness, well it looks like I accidentally put a $10,000 chip back in there. So if that was still stuck back there, they would probably give me a refund, but since we got it to fall flat, pretty much have to win that back on our own now. So I'm going to try to focus on that right hand side, because we may end up losing it to that side slot on the right. I mean, hey, even if we did lose it, we got that $50 chip, so I guess we're set either way. Yeah, see how we're about to lose $1,000? Yep, there it goes. Yeah, we'll definitely get that back later on, and they will also take anything else that's fallen down those side slots, put that back into the playfield also. So, for example, say their loot box has not been emptied out at all today. It's a bunch of stuff that other people have lost down in there. Then they'll put all that stuff into my game, so that thing could be loaded up with $25,000 chips, $5,000 chips, anything. Gold bars, dice, bounty chips, you name it. Could be anything down in there. Oh, nice. We got that tower of $5,000 chips on that left side to go. Now let's try to use that skill stop. Try to get this massive tower to fall. Don't think that one's going to give us too much of a battle because it's kind of short. A lot shorter than that $5,000 chip tower was. That means it's not as heavy, so let's try to get that out of there. It's been a marvelous game today so far. Take a guess down in the comments. Let me know how much money you think I'm going to make back from a $10 million buy-in. I know that's a lot of money to spend on one of these machines, but I do this for you all. Like I've said many times before, I've tried to make the videos as entertaining as possible, and I try to make the best content out there. And I know 99.9% of y'all like to see the big buy-in videos, like $10 million buy-ins, all the way up to $200 million buy-ins, so that's why I do these videos. And let me know what types of videos you'd want to see more of. Would y'all want to see like more 1/4 challenges, 1,000 quarter challenges? Let's see, $100 million buy-ins, $200 million buy-in, $50 million buy-in. Just let me know what types of videos you'd want to see down in the comments, and I will try my best to make that happen. So we only got a couple quarters left in the basket. This has definitely been a pretty good round right here. Got a boatload of them $1,000 chips. There's still that tower remaining. We shouldn't have any trouble getting that. So let's collect some quarters and we'll get right back to work. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's keep it pushing. So I'm going to try like one more round and try to get this remaining tower $1,000 chips to fall down. If we can't get it to go, I will go ahead and cash in that $5 chip. So stay tuned for that. More exciting gameplay coming right up. Yeah, we could really use a good win off of this game right here. As of right now, I am down pretty close to $80 million, I think it was. Because I played 2 other games before this one today. The first game, it went pretty decent. It was almost a break-even game. I think we only lost like $1.5 million on that. But that second game I played, goodness gracious, that one was terrible. It was horrendous. And we lost a ton of money on that game right there. It was a 1/4 challenge, and the buy-in started off at $10 million. So I just kept on doing buy-in after buy-in after buy-in, and I finally got it to go. And I've won quite a few towers out of there, like $10,000 chip towers and $5,000 chip towers, but still, it wasn't enough to make my money back. So we're down about $80 million at the moment. If I can make $80 million profit on this game right here, we should break even for the day. And if we can make anything over $80 million profit on this game, we'll be ahead for the day, which is exactly what we want. So I'm going to try to play my quarters right and try to get all these towers out of here. Yeah, like I said, there's like 2 walls of $25,000 chips on the blue shelves. Well, I mean, I guess you can call it a wall or just 3 towers put together. I'm just going to call them a wall. So I'd say all those $25,000 chips combined is probably close to like $5.5 million, I'm going to say. It's just my guess. I don't know for sure. Oh, nice. I wasn't even paying attention to that left-hand side, but we got that tower out of there. So now let's get that remaining $2,000, and then we'll cash in that $5 chip. How does that sound? Sounds like a pretty good plan to me. Now let's keep on loading this thing up. And if we don't get that last $2 grand by the time I run out of quarters, I'll still go ahead and cash in that $5 chip, because they would probably leave that $2 grand in there anyway. They would leave that $2 grand in the same place as it is now, and they would just put all those towers in the playfield also. Yeah, but I think we're going to get it. We got about 350 quarters left. Should be more than enough to get that last $2,000. I'd hope so anyway. Oh no, dropping quarters on the floor. I'll pick those up here in a few minutes. Oh yeah, that last $2 grand's moving forward pretty well. Come on, big money, give me something. My goodness, it's super close. It's almost there. Nice, we got it all cleared out of there. That is absolutely spectacular. So let's go ahead and cash in the $5 chip, and we'll get right back to pushing. Alrighty, A&D Coinbusher has their turn. Let's get right back to work. So I cashed in that $5 chip. They took all those towers that was on the blue shelves, and they put them all into the playfield. Looks like they combined most of the gold and all those $5,000 chips into like one great big old tower back there on the pusher. Oh, nice. Wow, we already got a couple of them $25,000 chip towers to go. And it looks like we ended up losing 150 grand to the blue shelf. So it ended up costing me 100 grand to get that back. It would definitely be worth it. We'd profit 50 grand off of that. Plus, if there's any white dice in there, speaking of white dice, I don't think we've won any of those today. However, there is 2 mystery bags in there, a blue one and a red one. So those have a pretty good chance of having some white dice in them. And yeah, that would definitely be worth paying that extra 100 grand, because all that money that's on the blue shelf would multiply at the end of the game by whatever all those dice land on. So definitely paying that extra 100 grand today. But I will probably wait until after we cash in that $50 chip, because sometimes they will put a bunch of towers on the blue shelves, and normally they'll give us like a red earbud or something, or a $5 chip, and we'd get to cash that in. Maybe take all that stuff that's on the blue shelves and then put it into the playfield. So yeah, there's been several times we got a free reset out of that, and it saved us from paying that extra 100 grand. So I'll wait to pay that extra 100 grand till the end of the game, just to be sure that we don't have a free reset. Oh my goodness, wow. Oh my goodness, wow, that was a massive avalanche right there. Got a boatload of $5,000 chips, $1,000 chips. Nice, we got that tower, $25,000 chips on the right corner. That gold tower's getting super close to the edge also. I do think we need to push on that left-hand side. Try to get those 2 towers on the left to get moving forward. If I'm not mistaken, we already got that blue mystery bag, so let's get that loot chute emptied out real quick. Oh my goodness, that loot chute was getting severely clogged up. Oh yeah, and there's 2 gold dice right there in the center. Now those was inside of that great big old tower. Yeah, I was wondering where those gold dice went. Now we know. Oh yeah, I just seen those towers on the left corner move. So let's go ahead and use that skill stop button. Tell you what, who wants to see 1,000 quarters at once? I know most of y'all want to see that. So let's go ahead and stack this thing up. I'm going to put this whole entire basket of quarters in there. A lot of our quarters may end up getting stuck in there, but that's okay. Just going to stack this thing up. Now, more than likely, it's going to get that tower on the right and both of those towers on the left. And if you want to see more 1,000 quarters at once videos, just go to my channel and you'll see a bunch of videos. It'll say like 1,000 quarters at once, like must see 1,000 quarters at once. It should say something like that. So you're welcome to go and check out those videos if you want to. And I might like link that 1,000 quarters at once video in the description. You can just click the link and it will take you right to it. Alright, so we're almost through with this basket of quarters. That right there was probably close to like 700-800 of them. Well, this may not quite be 1,000 quarters at once, but it's close. Close enough anyway. Alright, let's try some quarters on that left-hand side. My goodness, look at all those quarters back there. That is insane. Come on, big push. Nice, we got them 2 towers on the left-hand side to go. Sweet. Let's see if my prediction was correct. I'm hoping I can get that tower on the right side to go. More than likely, it should fall down. Oh yeah, it's moving forward really well. Come on, massive push. My goodness, look at all those $25,000 chips on the left. Oh my goodness, wow, we got that massive tower on the right side. That is absolutely remarkable. It's been a brilliant game today so far. I mean, a bunch of our quarters got stuck back there, but they're trying to fall down. Yeah, they're severely piled up on that left side. Look at that. Oh yeah, that was a nice push. So let's collect some quarters and try to get those remaining $25,000 chips out of there, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. So before I continue playing, I'd like to go ahead and open up one of these mystery bags. So let's see, which one should we start with? I think we should start with the blue one first. This one feels like it's loaded up pretty well. So let's see, hopefully there's something good and valuable and beneficial in there. Oh my goodness, wow, check this out. We got 3 white dice. If you don't know what the white dice are for, we get to roll these at the end of the game. Whatever they land on, my winnings will multiply by those numbers. That is absolutely phenomenal. I was worried we wasn't going to win any white dice today. So I will open up that red mystery bag after we get all those $25,000 chips out of there. And if we don't get all those $25,000 chips on this round, I will go ahead and cash in the $50 chip. So stay tuned for that. Now let's keep on stacking up that left-hand side. Might use that skill stop button here and there. Let's see what that does. Come on, massive push. Give me something. Nice, 25 grand to add to the pile right there. And there's another like 125 grand in there left to go. So let's get that out of there. Oh no, dropping quarters on the floor. Oh yeah, 125 grand is on its way. It's moving. And if you haven't seen yesterday's video, I highly suggest you go and check it out after you're done watching this one. Something crazy happens, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss that video. If you haven't seen it, I would highly suggest you go and check it out. I will explain what happened after we cashed in that $50 chip. So stay tuned for that. You'll definitely want to hear what happened. And something else happened after that, so yeah, just stay tuned for that. It's a lot to talk about, so I'll talk about it whenever there's lots more towers in there. Looks like there's only 25 grand left to go. That shouldn't be that difficult to win, I wouldn't think. Come on, big money. Wow, it's super, super close. Oh yeah, it's on the move now. Let's just keep on stacking that left-hand side with quarters. Yeah, the only problem with this machine, the quarters like to roll over to the right side if you're playing on the left. Same thing for the right side. If you're trying to play on the right, the quarters will roll over to the left. Like I've said a couple of times before, this machine may not be level. That's why one side moves a lot better than the other side at times. And there's nothing I could really do about that. It's up to them to fix. Alright, we only got a couple quarters left. If it doesn't get that last 25 grand, we'll go ahead and call it quits and open up that mystery bag. Alright, that right there was the last of them. Let's see what it does. Yeah, it barely even moved that 25 grand. That's being super stubborn. So let's go ahead and check it out and see what's inside of this red mystery bag. This one feels about the same as the blue one. So let's see, what do we get? Oh my goodness, wow, check this out. We got 4 more white dice. That makes how many white dice in total? 7 of them? 7 white dice. That is absolutely spectacular. Might be a brand new record win today. I hope so anyway. So anyhow, let's go ahead and cash in that $50 chip and we'll get right back to pushing. Alrighty, A&D Coin Pusher has returned. Let's get right back to pushing. So I cashed in that $50 chip. They took everything that fell down in their loot box today and they put it all back into the playfield. Looks like they combined most of the chips into like one ginormous poker chip tower back there on the pusher. Oh my goodness, well we got that like pyramid of gold and chips right there in the center to cash down already. Sweet. And there's like 2 massive towers of gold on the left and the right. So getting back to what I was talking about a few minutes ago about what happened yesterday and stuff on yesterday's video. So pretty much one of the employees just stopped me from playing and he told me to leave, he told me to get out. And I ended up calling the owner, and I mean, you'll just have to see the video to see exactly what happened. I don't want to spoil too much of that video, just in case some of y'all haven't seen it. But anyway, something else happened with that employee today. So somebody else was playing one of these games earlier, way before I got here, and I think they told me that person did like a $5 million buy-in or something. And they told me that that person was playing for probably, goodness, like 2.5, 3 hours, and I think he took a break. He went to go get something to eat or something. It's what they told me anyway. And while that guy was gone, taking a break from playing, oh my goodness, well, a bunch of gold on that right side fell down. Anyhow, while that guy was gone, taking a break, that employee from yesterday that kicked me out for no reason, like, come back here and he reset that guy's machine that he was playing. So I'm guessing he like moved all the towers back or something, and he ended up getting fired for that. So that's like 2 like bad things in one day. So I'm happy that he got fired. Yeah, yesterday he accused me of cheating and he just kicked me out for no reason. But luckily he got what he deserved. He tried it with somebody else also. I mean, that is against the rules. Like, that is not allowed at all. They're not supposed to like move the towers back that are in your game. Oh my goodness, that tower back there on the pusher, might end up losing some of it to the blue shell. I think now would be a good time to use that skill stop button. What do y'all think? Let's just load this thing up with quarters, maybe like 1,200 at once. Not 1,200, maybe like 600 is what I meant to say. And like I said yesterday, this is not the first time this has happened. Like, this has happened 2 or 3 or 4 other times before. One time, one of the employees like took my quarters. The next time it was the gold. Next time they took the dice away or something like that, and they got fired for that. They had 3 strikes and then they got fired. This employee yesterday, like I said, he kicked me out, accused me of cheating. Didn't even give me time to get my camera or nothing. He just said to get out. And stepped outside, I called the owner. Nice, that massive tower fell down. Well, that's a huge relief right there. I was worried we was going to end up losing a bunch of it to the blue shell. Well, luckily it fell straight forward instead of on the side. So, like I said, if you haven't seen yesterday's video, I highly suggest you go and check it out. So anyhow, hope y'all are doing good and having a wonderful day so far. Remember, if this is your first time watching and you're enjoying the videos, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on the post bell notifications. That way you get notified for whenever I upload a brand new video. It would help out tremendously. We're on the road to 130,000 subscribers. My goal is to get there by the end of this month, so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Nice, we got that tower of gold to crash down. Sweet. Yeah, the gold bars, they're worth whatever 1 ounce of gold is at the moment. I think they're like $1,900 and $15 an ounce. I'm just going to say that. Well, that's what it was yesterday anyhow. If somebody could let me know the exact spot price of gold down in the comments, I would highly appreciate that. So anyhow, that right there is the last of our quarters. Let's go collect the quarters and we'll get right back to pushing. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's keep it pushing. So that previous round was a massive success. We made a tremendous amount of money. I think we made like $2 million or something like that. So it's doing amazing. There's still 2 more towers we got to knock down. So let's get those out of there. Let's load this thing up with quarters. Try to put like 700 quarters in there at once. See what happens. So if you've enjoyed this video so far, be sure you hit that like button. Let's try to get 10,000 likes on this video right here. 10,000 likes. I know we can accomplish that. Just need everyone watching to hit that like button. I'll tell you what, if this video can get 10,000 likes in the first day of it being uploaded, tomorrow I will do a $500 million buy-in. I've been saying this for about a week now, and I still can't get that 10,000 likes in a day. So if you want to see that $500 million buy-in, I'm going to need 10,000 likes in the first day of this video being uploaded. Well, that right there was about 700 quarters at once. So let's release that skill stop button. Hopefully we can get a bunch of money out of that. Now we got quite a few gold bars on that push right there. Hopefully we can get that tower on the right and the left-hand side to get going. Nice, we got the tower on the right side. Sweet. So now let's get that tower on the left. Oh no, a bunch of our quarters got stuck back there. Oh my goodness. Well, they're trying to break free on that left-hand side. Oh, nice. There they go. Sometimes it'll take it a couple seconds to a minute for all the quarters to break free. But still, I mean, it's worth it to put a bunch of quarters in at once like that. It really, really gets things moving. Helps it out tremendously. So I'm going to try to focus on this left side and get a good base of quarters, build up behind this massive tower, because that's the only tower we got to win. Only one left in there. And that $1,000 chip on the right, which I'd say we'll get that regardless, no matter which side we play on. Oh yeah, tower on the left just moved forward a little bit. And also that 125 grand that we lost to the blue shelf earlier, it might have been 150 grand. They went ahead and just put that into the playfield. Like when I cast in that $50 chip. Oh my goodness, nice. We got that tower on the left side to go. Sweet. So let's get that stack of $1,000 chips. Nice, we got it. So now let's focus on the right side and try to get that $1,000 chip. And it looks like we only lost a gold bar to the blue shelf. So it would cost 100 grand to get that back. They don't do any free resets on this game right here. Definitely not paying that extra 100 grand, but nice, we got it all cleared out of there. That is absolutely amazing. This has been a magnificent game today, absolutely magnificent. So now I'm going to call them over here. I think we've won 12 dice in total. We got 7 white dice and 5 gold dice. They will put all 12 of them dice back there on the pusher. We got to roll them on down to that playfield area. Whatever they land on, we get to multiply our winnings and our gold by those numbers. So let's call them back here and we'll get right back to pushing. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's keep it pushing. So I called them over here. They put all 12 of them dice back there on the moving platform. So let's roll them on down to that lower shelf. Hopefully they all land on some massive numbers. Those are doing pretty good so far. Oh my goodness, that gold dice landed on a 1, but it flipped over to a 5. Wow, that is absolutely spectacular. Alright, well, we're definitely going to have to stop right there because not a single one of them dice landed on a 1. That is absolutely amazing. So that's not bad at all. Most of them dice landed on some fabulous numbers. So I'm going to count everything up, multiply our winnings and our gold by all that, and I'll let y'all know what we've won back from a $10 million buy-in. Be right back. You all are not going to believe how much money I've won today. This is absolutely spectacular. I ended up winning $14,136,000 in chips, and all those white dice combined ended up multiplying my winnings by 28. And in total, I ended up winning $395,808,000 from a $10 million buy, and that is absolutely outstanding. That's another huge life-changing jackpot win today. Absolutely mind-blowing. And on top of that, we won 124 ounces of gold, and all those gold dice combined ended up multiplying the gold by 19. And in total, I ended up winning 2,356 ounces of gold today. And those are around $1,915 an ounce. So that means I ended up winning $4,511,740 in gold today. That is absolutely outstanding right there. So that's not bad at all for a $10 million buy-in. So if y'all enjoyed today's video, be sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the post bell notifications. That way you get notified for whenever I upload a brand new video. I will see y'all on the next one. Y'all take care and have an awesome day.